Welcome to the SaaStock How-To Series, in which we aim to answer questions posed by our community. I'm Alex Thumer, CEO of SaaStock, which helps SaaS companies get traction, grow, and scale through our community, conferences, and content. And today I'm joined by David Henzel, CEO of UpCoach. Welcome, David.
Thank you for having me, Alex.
Good to have you. Good to speak to you. Over Zoom today. So the question that we've been asked, David, by our community is how to maintain performance and well-being. And I couldn't think of a better person to ask than yourself. So David, how can you do this?
So I'm a firm believer that habits determine pretty much everything in your life. If you're rich or poor, obese or in shape, stressed out or not, it all kind of boils down to the habits that you cultivate in your life. And I'm a total habit nerd and have a few habits listed out for performance and for well-being. Start with well-being. A key thing for me, and we just chatted about this before we went on, to have a proper morning routine. That, I personally get up at 5 a.m. and then I do my morning meditation and my yoga. Then I work out with my personal trainer 3 times a week, which also I think is a very crucial thing, that you exercise your body because it gets rid of a lot of stress. We back in the Stone Age days when there was a stressful event, it was like animal will eat you and you have to fight or run. And now this was like causing stress, and through the running and working out, you basically got rid of the stress, and now you get stressed by an email or something and you don't move. So I think it's really crucial that you work out. Then another habit that I have is from BJ Fogg from Tiny Habits, which is the Maui habit, which every morning when I get up, once I put my feet on the ground, I tell myself today is going to be an awesome day. Sounds super new age and hippie, but test it out. It really, really works. Everybody I teach this in my Managing Happiness group coachings, and it works for pretty much everybody. So it's a very simple habit that you can incorporate. And another thing for well-being that I think is super crucial is that you focus on gratitude. So I have this gratitude rock that I pick up every morning, and I go through the things that I'm grateful for. My health, my healthy body, my wife, friends, business, a long list of things that I'm grateful for, which brings me to an all is well state of mind. And then throughout the day, I still have this rock in my pocket. And sometimes I get stressed and then I feel the stone again. And this brings you back to actually everything's good and we'll be fine. And because often we just focus on the biggest problem of the moment, especially as entrepreneurs, we always focus on problems that we solve. And we forget how much beauty we actually have in our life, healthy family, whatever, a house and a food, etc. And we tend to forget and just focus on negative. And once, if you focus on gratitude, then you get this superpower to just plow through all the issues that are coming up. At the end of the day, when I'm coming home, now I'm home. Just at the end of the day, when I finish my day, I take the stone out of my pocket and I go through the things that went great this day. Often you have a very productive morning. You got a lot done, and at 5 p.m. you have an unpleasant conversation with a coworker, customer, spouse, whatever, and you think everything sucks, but it does not. There was still so much good going on. And by doing this, you build up your gratitude muscle, and this really sets you up to endure the entrepreneurial roller coaster of yay, fuck that we're all going through, right? So it's in terms of well-being habits that I have in my routine. And then for performance, I like to plan. So every evening I plan the next day, and then I categorize or I rank what I want to do first, and so I can, the next day I don't have to think, I can just hit the ground running, and I know I work on the stuff that really matters. And I eat the frog in the morning. It's also a habit from a book, I think, called Eating the Frog. And the idea is that you always do the task that you least like you want to do, you do it first, because otherwise you procrastinate, and procrastinating is being an asshole to your future self. And remember, as a kid, when you had to do your homework, you start cleaning up your rooms, something that absolutely doesn't matter. But if you, knock out this unpleasant thing first thing in the morning, it gives you an energy boost. Versus if you're not doing it, it's kind of sits in the back of your mind and kind of weighs you down. So it's a really important thing. Then in general, I think planning is super important, that you plan out your next 90 days, that you plan out your week, and you plan out your day. So you work on the stuff that's actually important and not just the urgent stuff. Then having a not to-do list is also super important for me. For example, it's control my environment. For example, I'm not eating after 9 p.m. because if I eat after 9 p.m., this gives me another energy boost, and then I will not go to bed early enough, and then the next morning routine will suffer. Another key thing is that you have filters in your life. In the business, that's like having your vision, mission, and core values, and your plans, so you can kind of have these filters to say no to things that are not really a good fit for your business or for your life. So I have my personal mission, vision, values, and my business mission, vision, values, and these things are just an excellent filter to just focus on what really matters. So yeah, I think to keep it short and concise, this would be the habits that have been found.
And that's great. And I'll need to watch this back to again, because there's a lot there to see. Because some of these I'm doing sort of personally, but many of them I'm not. So I want to recap on the ones that I'm not doing. A quick question before we wrap up. So, as yourself and myself and many people that are watching, have started working from home, and either shut down the offices, and everybody has become that shift to working remotely. Is there anything that you've done, because we see and read a lot about people working slightly longer hours, a bit more Zoom fatigue, or the fact that there is a thing called Zoom fatigue, and is there anything that you've done changing your habits to combat this? Have you experienced it? Have you found any dips in performance or well-being, or something that you just found just to combat that since we've gone fully remote?
So one thing I've been doing before we went all remote, I block time in my calendar. So if my morning routine is blocked, my lunchtime is blocked, my family time is blocked. And so by doing this, I allocate time for me. For example, working out is blocked, so I'm not scheduling stuff in the time that I need for myself. So I think it's important that you know the roles in your life. So, my role is like, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a business partner, and I have also the role or responsibility to keep my body in shape and to keep my mind in shape. So, and to kind of block these things out in your calendar is a really good thing to, be in your A game.
The habit, I also block out time, but what I find, certainly in the morning, that just I get so many sort of requests for meetings that I have this slippage, allowing people to book that time in where I've blocked out time. Is that just a bad habit that I need to say no to these meetings when I've blocked out that time?
I only use Calendly, because when you ask me, hey David, can you do a call at this time, and this is like 3 a.m. my time, my brain doesn't function. Say, sure, let's do it. Or family time, I'll always override it. So this, I always send people my Calendly link and let them pick something in the pre-allocated slot. So I'm not messing myself up.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Well, David Henzel, CEO of UpCoach, thank you so much for sharing your tips there on maintaining performance and well-being.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Alex.